late to actually film a vlog intro considering this is my last full day in Venice. Tomorrow is October 11th, Sunday, and that's when we fly back to Germany. And today's Saturday, obviously, if tomorrow's Sunday. I've really enjoyed Venice. The last few days, weather's been kind of gray and we've been kind of rushed to meet our water taxi to get over to San Marco Square since our hotel's a little bit of a distance. So I hadn't really had the chance to record anything until now because I have time. So I've been to Venice one time before. Last time I went was August 2016. So obviously it's been quite a while, plus also everything in the world has changed since then. It was very busy. It was very hot. I remember that. We only spent part of an afternoon and we were trying to walk to San Marco Square from the train station. And of course looking at some shops along the way and getting lost because that's part of Venice. But I kind of like it when you have plenty of time to find your way because you're like, oh, let's go down here, let's see here, and you're like, you are probably gonna have to look at directions a few different times, pay attention to the signs and the I don't even want to say street names since it's not a street. I feel like calling it a street refers to there are horses or vehicles that can walk down here, and there aren't any. Walking down some of the different corridors have been really interesting. You know, sometimes I'll just be walking and I'll be like, this looks like a dead end, this looks like a, oh no, there's this much space. So once you get at the very end, you're like, oh, it curves this way. So it's not the end of the road. So when I was back here years ago in 2016, it was very busy. It's very crowded. There are a lot of people, which seems to be the normal in summer anywhere in Italy, but especially Venice because it's beautiful here. It's been odd being here. I mean, it's been great. As an introvert, I've loved that there's a lot less people present. But it's also been a little odd because it's hard seeing a good portion of the shops, or about like 1 in every 4 shops closed. Different things that have to do with tourism or people who own their own businesses, about 25% probably globally have had to close their doors due to COVID, so that's been hard, but we are trying to spend money on the economy and, you know, support individual and independent business owners. Yeah, it's been a lot quieter. There's still been people. I haven't seen any other Americans, which is to be expected and actually a little bit of a relief considering that unless you're living in Europe, you're not supposed to be over here. So you can't travel from the States anymore in Europe without a 2-week quarantine. We were talking to one person who was in the Da Vinci, we went to this Da Vinci Museum, and he said that we're the first Americans he's seen in a couple weeks. He said he saw like one other group a few months ago, like in the past 2 months. So it's definitely been slowing down. There's been plenty of Germans. I have seen a lot of Germans and I'll be like, oh, I kind of know what they're saying. We are still wearing masks. Let me show you. So this is the mask I'll be wearing today. But we are still wearing masks. It's also, I guess, Italian law to where if you're in public, you wear the masks. I haven't spent too much money, so I'm thankful for that, or at least I haven't spent too much yet. It's our last full day, and there's been a lot of really neat things at the shop, especially some of the Venetian masks. There are a lot of different mask craftsmen and people who create and design and paint and all those things with the masks that they sell at their shop, so that's been really neat to see. There have been some really, really beautiful ones. It just, a lot of the really, really beautiful ones come with very expensive price tags, and I cannot afford that. If I bought one I could not afford, I would be wearing a mask of pain. And I've totally had pasta every day I've been here. We found this one great place actually. It's called Pasta and Pasta, and it's about, I want to say like a 5-7 minute walk from San Marco Square. They have pasta that they make fresh upon your order, and you can choose the different sauce. And I want to say there's about like between 6 and 8 different types of pasta. And I want to say probably about like 12 different sauce variations, maybe more. But they range in price from 6 to 850 euro. So good. So good. I've gone every day. We've picked some stuff up every day. So good. I will say though, Venice is definitely a city that if you get stressed out, when you get lost, you're gonna have a hard time here. So I recommend if you book reservations, make sure you have plenty of time to get there. Personally, I kind of like the charm of getting lost in Venice because, you know, you're eventually gonna find your way, but then you see different shops or different things that you weren't expecting to if you take the wrong path. It is confusing though. I definitely recommend using Google Maps or some sort of direction device because we've had to many a time. If you like Italian food, you don't mind some adventure, you don't mind getting lost on occasion, you like gelato, you like to see what's in the different shops and it's not all the same touristy made in China stuff, I would definitely recommend Venice. So I know it's weird to basically introduce something at kind of the end of my trip, but I hope that you enjoy the video, and as always, thanks for watching.
heard the full song of this. Only the beginning. It's Breakfast in America by Supertramp.
Walking down another corridor, or a mini corridor in Venice, as you can see.